But as useful a tool as Twitter is, it can also be quite dangerous. I mean, you have experienced that, right?
Yes.
I mean, you tweeted about a nightclub last year, and they weren't very happy with you. What happened there?
Oh, no, man. It was basically just, it was a little tussle that happened. One of the patrons got irritated because they were in my spot, I was in their spot, whole mix-up. But basically, it got out of hand. I got hit in the process, which really wasn't cool.
You got smacked?
Yeah, I got punched in the face by the patron at the club.
You were punched in the face by a random patron?
By a random patron. Basically, I'd gone off to MC. When I got back, my spot was taken, and they were like, no, it's their spot. Huge tussle, but eventually it was resolved.
Were you okay?
Yes, I was fine. I just got a bit bruised, I was a bit swollen, but I'm okay now, and I learned from that experience.
But it's not, is it the first time you were punched, or was there another time you were punched?
No, that was the first time.
What about Nontle Timmer? There were rumours that she punched you in the face.
Oh, no way!
Did she not punch you in the face?
Nontle and I don't even know each other.
Really?
Yeah, like at all.
So she never punched you in the face?
We've basically never even met.
Wow. So what's the story then with her tweeting stuff about you?
Honestly, it was one of those mornings where I woke up, I went on Twitter, and my timeline was crazy. And I was like, what's going on? And she went on a rampage. She had started off a few months ago with Dinero Ranaka. After that, I think she even tried a little bit with Bonang, that kind of went nowhere. And then she went full force with me. But luckily for me, it wasn't the first time she had done it. And everyone was just like, really, Nontle, grow up. So from my side, I just looked at those tweets, and whatever it was, whatever fueled it, had nothing to do with me. I didn't know the girl, so I just left it.
Your management tried to sue her, or did they sue her?
I think they did. It was my previous management at the time, and it was between them two. I had nothing to do with it. I was just like, I'm taking myself out of the situation. I don't know this girl. I'm not getting involved. And that's pretty much how I deal with a lot of, negative issues in this industry.
You've also had people impersonating you on Twitter.
That wasn't cool. And the worst part was actually impersonating me on Facebook. What happened is people would create fake accounts, and they would say they were me, and clients would book them for gigs, pay into some pseudo account, and then when the event happens, Minnie's a no-show. And a couple of these people, these event planners, went to papers and were like, and then I got these calls from different newspapers, local newspapers, national newspapers, and they're like, these are the reports that we're getting. What is going on? Are you scamming people for money? And I'm like, I am not aware of this. And then eventually when we got, the account details and the numbers that were used, obviously it was proof that it wasn't me. But then when we saw the actual accounts and we saw the different conversations, we saw that it was imposters pretending to be me. So that really wasn't nice. I hated the fact that I was painted in a negative light, and that, my livelihood, which is my job, which is gigs and events, was now being questioned and now being tainted because of people pretending to be me. So that really, really, really wasn't nice.
I'm quite fascinated by this dress, I have to say.
Yes.
I'm fascinated, A, by how you got into it, and B,
it was sewn on me.
It was really?
Yeah.
Did you do that? Like Mariah Carey? Wow. And what are you wearing underneath it?
Exactly, that's what I wanted to ask. Like, you could have just walked in there naked, though.
Nothing.
So why
it's strategic beading, okay?
So what made you choose this? Because it's it's confidence.
Yeah, no, look, I'm 22, okay? My body's never gonna look this good. Like, again, it's all...
Well, you never know.
It's just gonna get worse from now on, so that was the first thing. Second thing is, I just sat with my designer and we were like, you know what, we want to make a statement.
Let's take a look at some of the other. So what was the thinking behind this leather number?
This was my birthday. Durban July it was inspired by the races. My birthday was actually I was born on the 7th of July.
Okay.
On the races day. So I wanted to look like a horse. So that was like
You wanted to look like a horse?
Yeah, like a race horse, That was the vibe. So that's the whole hat thing, like a jockey. Oh, wow. That was the saddle.
Oh, so you were the jockey and the horse.
Yeah,
all right.
All of it.
Okay, let's take a look at the next one then. What have we got here? We've got pictures of you coming up, Tony, so don't sit there like feeling all at ease. So, and now this is a lot of underwear in your outfits. So you're confident about,
Like I said, it's not going to look this good in a couple of years. Yeah, so no, yeah.
So I
love lace.
Are you saying that we're going to see a more conservative Minnie as the years go by?
Look, yeah, probably, most likely. I mean, if you could see what this dress is, it's really long. It goes over my knees. I wear whatever I feel like wearing at the time.
Tony, you've got a daughter. How old is she now?
My daughter, my queen is she's 2 years old.
She's 2, right. So you've got at least 20 years to prepare for what you're going to say.
14, Nicky, 14.
Really? Okay, so
my
14 years.
Not like that.
What are you going to say to her when she leaves the house wearing?
I'm preparing her now.
Right. Polonex.
She must see Polonex and...
Aye, 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 aye.